Sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show, where it's the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks tonight, and I'll break it all down. I'll give my Thursday Night Pick of the Week, and I'll give what I feel you should expect to see in tonight's game and all that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question, and it's a Seattle Seahawks trivia question. What player did the Seattle Seahawks acquire from the Houston Oilers in 1976 for an 8th round draft pick? And I will have the answer later on the broadcast. It's Thursday Night Football, Week 5. The LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks are squaring off right now at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. And the Seahawks and Rams are tied at 6 with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. So we'll make it a pregame show, first quarter show we will do. The Seahawks are coming off a big win over the Arizona Cardinals last week at University of Phoenix Stadium in Arizona. And it was a 27-10 win. The Seahawks are 3-1 and 1 point favorites to win tonight's game against the Rams. The Rams and Seahawks are tied. The Seahawks are tied with the Rams for second place in the NFC West, And the Seahawks are one game out of first place in the NFC West. Now, look for Russell Wilson to really, he's had a slow start, but really look for him to really get his game on tonight against the Rams. And expect Wilson and the Seahawks offense to really put the pressure on Rams quarterback Jared Goff and the Rams defense. Now, Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner expecting to really keep the Rams on their toes tonight. And Wagner's play in the middle is really something special by far. He is averaging 10 tackles per outing so far this season. He has really made an impact on the Seahawks' 3 wins so far this season. And meanwhile, the Rams are coming off a dismal offensive effort in the 55-40 loss to the Tampa Bay Bucks in Week 4, and their defense just last week in Week 4, and the defense for the Rams defense just did not look good in this game last week against the Bucks, and the defense really needs to step it up tonight against the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams are 3-1 going into tonight's game against the Seahawks, and the Rams are 5-point underdogs in tonight's game. So they're really going to have to come out and be ready to play against the Seahawks tonight. Expect Jared Goff to find Todd Gurley open and try to get the ball to him as much as possible, and also Aaron Darnold as much as possible. And is Aaron Darnold past due to have a big game? And I believe he is. Darnold really needs to come out and come alive and play like he's never played before. Now, Darnold draws double teams, triple teams, and respects the attention from the opposition. And now, Darnold's production could impact the game tonight, and he has yet to have a breakout game this season, and he really needs to try to have a breakout game tonight against the Seahawks. Now, Bobby Wagner's performance could really impact the Rams game against the in the game against the Seahawks tonight. So, the Saints, the Rams are going to have to really put the pressure on Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner. So, we will see what happens. And my Week 5 pick, I am going with the Rams, and I believe my brother-in-law is too. He has yet to give me his Thursday night pick, and so I will he's probably going to go with the Seahawks. He hasn't texted me, so I would imagine he's probably going to go with the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are really doing. They've had 3 great games And the one loss they had was in, I believe, trying to look to see where that one loss came. And against the New Orleans Saints in Week 3, which was a 6-point loss, 33-27. That's their only loss so far this season. But I'm going with the Seahawks, being that's a home game for them, to really come away with the win in tonight's game against the LA Rams. And I just really feel that the Seahawks are going to have the edge in this game tonight, and I really feel that they're going to come away with a win. And I just feel Russell Wilson's his had quite a start, but I think he's really going to get his game. He's going to have a great game tonight, and he's going to try to find Bobby Wagner open as much as possible, and along with the other players on the Seahawks defense and offense as well. But I really feel Seattle's really going to keep the Rams on their toes, and I think it could come down to either a final touchdown in the final seconds or a field goal as well. So expect to really see both Seahawks and Rams, both their offense and defense, really show their stuff in tonight's game, really put the pressure on the two teams tonight, to put the pressure on each other tonight in tonight's game between the Rams and the Seahawks. I have given you my Week 5 pick in this game tonight, and I'll have more on this game in just a moment, but it is time now to reveal tonight's answer to tonight's trivia question, Seattle Sports 101 Thursday Night Football trivia question, which is a Seattle Seahawks one. What player did the Seattle Seahawks acquire from the Houston Oilers in 1976 for an 8th-round draft pick? And if you said Seahawks Hall of Famer Steve Largent, you are correct. The Seahawks had their biggest win before ever taking the field for a regular season game on August 26th, 1976. They traded an 8th-round draft pick to the Houston Oilers for future Hall of Famer Steve Largent. And that is it. And Steve Largent, I think, now is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And I do remember the days. He was really great back in the days when he played with the Seahawks back in the 70s and 80s. So, and I will have another trivia question on my next podcast. So stay tuned for that. And the Rams are tied with the Seahawks for second place in the NFC West. As I said, the Seahawks and the Rams are both tied for it. But they're both one game out of first place, which the 49ers are coming off a win last week. Actually, they were on a bye, I believe, last week. And they are coming off a, let me look. Actually, no, they're coming off a, I think they were on a bye last week, the 49ers, because I believe they're coming off a 24-21 over the Pittsburgh Steelers less in Week 3 a couple of weeks ago. So San Francisco is 3-0 right now, and if Seattle or the Rams win, whichever team wins this game, that team will be in first place in the AFC West, unless San Francisco beats Cleveland this Monday night on Monday Night Football on ESPN. And if they do, they will be in first place in the NFC West. But us Browns fans are hoping that the Browns will prevail and win this game and be 3-2, because that's what we want. So we will see what happens in that game Monday and tonight's game between the Seahawks and the Rams, excuse me. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show between the Rams and the Seahawks and first quarter show. I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football Rams Seahawks postgame show once the Rams-Seahawks game has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.